Hi everyone. Over the years, I have interviewed 50s of data engineers, and if there is one thing I can confidently say, it's this: without Spark, especially PySpark, breaking into data engineering is going to be very, very tough. But here's the challenge: most people know Spark is important, but when it comes to actually practicing it, they get stuck. And where do you practice? What kind of problems would you solve? Why do you need interview questions feel so different from the simple theory? So all of this question, we usually read about, that's exactly what I'll cover in today's video. By the end, you will know how to practice Spark in the right way, so you're not just learning theory but building the hands-on confidence you need for real world jobs and interviews. So section 1 I will going to cover is like why Spark is essential. So let's start with the obvious reason. Spark is not just a nice to have tool, but for any serious data engineering role, it's must have skills, right? And here's the thing, like Spark is not just about reading some documentation or remembering syntax. It's a practice, hands-on skill set you need to be comfortable. This is why interview test you with real problems, not just definitions. So in the first section only the importance, and then the second section the bigger problem with PySpark practicing is, now if Spark is so important, any do like so many data engineers like struggle to practice is. From my experience, there are three major roadblocks that I have faced when I was doing it. I was starting. The first one is like setting up the Spark clusters. Getting Spark to run properly on your local machine and can be sometimes very painful, and you deal with configurations, memory issues, Java versions. It's a mess for beginners, right? So no, the proper practice platform, when I was learning, there wasn't a single structured platform that mimicked real interview style Spark problems, and most tutorials were just mimicked, most basically just read the CSV and show a data frame. But interviews, they want business problems solved with Spark. And but what is happening is we do have like Jupyter Colab, which is not equivalent to real Spark. Yes, you can practice in Jupyter Notebook, but it doesn't feel like real Spark. Why? Because you don't see things like cluster behavior, job execution, logs, or optimization in practice. You miss the practice aspect that matter most in real world projects and interviews. Basically the troubleshooting part you will lack. So in the third section, like I will going to tell you the better way to practice is. So what's the solution? Recently, like I came across a very good platform that makes Spark practice way more realistic, and I'll share why it's worth using. So it's all the three issue I mentioned, like no need to set up the messy clusters. It gives you ready to use Spark playground. Structured learning, you get both theory and hands-on practice on business style case studies, not just toy examples or some simple scenario based like highest salary from each department and all. But first, let's break down the learning section. You can start from basic like reading CSV, handling different file formats, writing it, and working with data frames. Then move to advanced topic like string functions, lead, lag, date time operations, and sort of these things like perfect for brushing up before interviews. The second thing, you get the cheat sheets also. These are lifesavers. For example, if you're stuck on how infer schema works, and for how Spark treats delimiter, or you just exactly need to have detailed interview loves to test, right? And the third is like best practice with interview style coding questions only. You will see problems like read CSV data from CSV, and read customer with purchases over $100 and get over 30 maybe, and then output only customer ID, name, purchase amount, like that questions. So sounds simple, right? But in an interview the details matter, like did you use infer schema correctly? Why did you use it? Did you filter with both conditions? Did you select only the required columns in the right format? Or on this platform you will directly solve it, run it, and if your solution matches the expected output, no cluster setup, no hassle. So basically the bonus point is you can even share your solved problems or badges over LinkedIn. So the section 4 I am going to tell you is that pricing and access for this platform is like, now of course like most good platform, this has some trial version for a few problems, but if you want full access, you will need to subscribe. The yearly plan is around like 1500 something rupees. There's also a mostly monthly option if you just want to say use it in short term. Plus I'll have a coupon code in the description, you get in the 30% discount off. Honestly, if you are serious about Spark interviews, it's worth the investment. But I would definitely try to say that if you're not comfortable with this platform, you can just go directly and log in into free community version of Databricks. You can set up your cluster, just although it's only single cluster will be available for the free version, but still you can use it, right? So this is the free version, what I'm telling about, that the community free version of Databricks you can definitely utilize this. But my like final thought would be like closing up or wrap it up, like Spark or PySpark is non-negotiable for data engineers, and it's not theory, it's practical hands-on problem solving. So you need to practice on real business scenario only, not just very basics examples. So, and with the right platform you can do this much faster and more effectively, right? So if Spark is on your list, and it should be like start practicing the right way. So this would be the only thing that you can do is setting up the environment while using the free version only one by one. And also you can see that there are a lot of similarity in the Databricks free version community. So hands-on would be easy. The list of question I'll provide in the description box. You will get the list of question for beginner, intermediate and the advanced level. You just need to, before practicing the hands-on, you just need to have theoretical knowledge and about the structure of the architecture, and also the how the jobs run behind the scene. You should be very familiar enough to do this. Now I would wrap up this session with the giving is just the one is the free version, the second is the paid version. You can use it for some free basic questions, but later on you have to pay for it. So just see that if you can accommodate, otherwise that's not necessary. But okay, that's completely based upon your choices and how much wants to do hands-on real based scenario. So yeah, that's all, and thank you so much for watching this video. If this video helped you, don't forget to hit like and share with your fellow data engineers, and subscribe for more data engineering content. See you in the next video. Thank you.